centuries, man has been the hunter. Here is the story of passion, thrills, and danger in Born Twee.
Hello, Hat.
Hello, Eric.
Hello, Club. Hat. Don't move. Don't move, it's Whistler's mother. Harriet, this is a point of interest. When I left to go to work this morning, you were sitting in that chair.
Well, doesn't time fly? But anyway, you told me to keep a constant watch on the hole in case the mouse came out.
You could have had 5 minutes. I mean, 8 hours. It's a wonder you haven't seized up.
I did telephone the rodent operator.
Good.
He says he'll be round next week sometime.
Next week's no good, is it? I mean, by that time, that mouse will have eaten us out of house and home. We'll be sitting out in the open in a couple of ragged sacks.
Oh, don't exaggerate, Eric. Anyway, I haven't seen him all day. I really think it's gone.
Don't you believe it? He's there, all right. He's sitting in that little hole watching you. Don't talk to me about mice.
Ah, poor Tom.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll have a bit of supper, and then we'll watch some... Tom? Who's Tom?
Ah, well, that's what I call the mouse. It's sort of friendly.
Oh, friendly?
It's all right for you. You go out, but I have to stay in all day. Well, since Tom came, I'm less lonely. It's company for me.
Company? Harriet, the first time you saw that mouse, you were up on that chair. You had 3 meals up there before I could get you down.
Yes, I know, but that's why I realised it was just as frightened as I was.
That's right. He's in there on a little chair, and his little knees are going like that.
Poor Tom.
Let's have less of the poor Tom. It's a mouse and vermin and a danger to life and limb. And what's more, I'm not having him live here rent-free and all found.
Doesn't eat much.
Doesn't eat much? What about those biscuits last night?
Half a biscuit.
Half a biscuit, yes. And what did he do with the rest of them? He trampled them into fine crumbs so we couldn't eat them. No, eat a little bit, save a little bit. We had enough of that scorched earth policy during the war.
Here's your cheese and water.
I'm getting sick of cheese and water.
Well, don't have it. It's your idea.
I know.
Why don't you let me make you some bacon and eggs?
No, here, Hat. If I'm going out with that mouse, I've got to think like him. I've got to eat like him. On top of which, as I'm eating, crumbs of cheese will be falling on that carpet, big as boulders. Soon he'll snap, weak with hunger to come out, and foul!
Oh, poor Tom.
That's the last poor Tom we get. It's been 4 days. It's been a battle of 4 days, and he's won every round. Tonight is my round. Operation Mouse.
I don't understand this killer lust, Eric. You used to be so fond of mice. I remember your favourite poem.
God heavens, Harriet. That's 30 years ago. I'm more mature now. I've read Houseman, Kelly, and Sheets. I've grown out of Hickory Dickory Dock.
Why don't we just block up the hole?
Because there's another one there, isn't there? And there will be others. No, I don't want him in there. I want him stretched out in the open.
Eric.
Harriet, it'll be painless. One shot. And as they say in France, mieux mort.
Shot?
Yeah, my air gun. Remember I used to throw pennies up when we were kids and pow!
I don't remember you hitting anything.
I knocked the window cleaner off his ladder.
We just want an excuse to shoot at something. Anti-blood sport, Eric. You're all the same. Well, if you hit it, I'm not having his little stuffed head up on the wall. Oh, don't come out. Look, I'll give you some cheese. It's only mousetrap, ordinary. But I didn't dare give you gorgonzola, otherwise he'd smell it. Now stay in whatever you do.
Right.
Here he comes.
Simba! You must admit, Hat, I'm giving him a sporting chance.
Sporting? Shooting an unarmed mouse?
Maybe unarmed, Hat, but he's got speed. I've only got one pellet in here. If he comes right at me and I miss, I've had it.
Oh.
I'll work to my instructions. Bait by the hole. That side of that hole, because I don't think this side's very good. bed, Hat?
Yes.
Okay, come on. Good night.
Good night. How long have we got to sit crouched?
We're going to stay crouched here until he gets hungry again.
He may not be there.
He's there, all right. Tell you what, Hat, it's 7 o'clock now. I'll do to 11, then you do till 3.
3? Eric, why don't we just put down a trap?
No, Hat, because he's too clever for traps, isn't he? We've had traps down there. And what have we caught? Apart from your fingers. Hat! That mouse was out and in there. That clock is spotting for him. You are greatly.
Eric! You're suffocated! Poor little Peter.
Poor little Peter. Poor little Tom that's in the house. It's a menagerie.
They're all creatures.
That poor Peter creature, he's a bit of wood about that long. If he'd had a better life, he'd have been a clothes peg. And that's a bandy-legged little mouse.
Wildlife preservation.
Wasps.
Wasps?
Yes, I seem to remember last summer you had a jam jar. The wasps could get in, but they couldn't get out. They were helping each other in.
Well...
That was a Machiavellian little contraption of yours. 38 happy laughing wasps in Queen's Park Rangers jerseys perished in it.
Well, mice are different.
I hope so. I don't want a swarm of them flying around our dustbin. Come on, Beauty. Come on, Beauty. Come on. Oh! I've shot the bulb out now.
I'm sorry, Eric.
Where'd you keep the others?
Well, they're in the drawer over there.
Switch off.
I am sorry, Eric, but you should have seen your face. It was the face of a killer, with its eyes all slit, little eyes, and mouth snarling.
Gotta be like that because you get a rifle butt against your cheek, haven't you? Now switch on.
You may not have seen it, you know. It might have been just your imagination.
Look at that hat. That cheese is gone. What a crafty. When the light went out, woof, he had it.
Eric, he can't be that hungry.
Hat, he's quick, he's intelligent, and he's got guts. A worthy opponent. Right, round 7.
Oh, he won't come out tonight. He's got a 4-course meal in there.
He'll come out.
Oh,
Good
hello,
evening.
Mr. Brown.
I was just passing by and I heard a bang and your light went out.
Yes, I shot it out with this.
Well, how'd you get it to light again?
I put another bulb in.
Rather expensive, isn't it? Wouldn't it be cheaper to install a switch?
Not a switch, it's over there.
And you're too lazy to crawl over and use it. Really, honestly, Sykes, a fine example to the neighbourhood. You've got a front door key, I suppose?
Of course.
Oh, well, that's something. I thought perhaps every time you came in, you shot the lock off.
Mr. Brown, Eric wasn't aiming at the light bulb. Eric was aiming at that little hole over there.
And you shot the light bulb?
Yes.
Amazing. Where in the war went you, Sykes?
Yes, sir.
I wonder it lasted as long as it did.
Hat knocked my arm up. I was aiming at a little mouse.
A mouse? Where?
You were in the war, weren't you?
Yeah.
That's why it lasted as long
No.
as it did.
Oh, you can get down, Mr. Brown. The little mouse is in its little hole.
Oh, a mouse. Honestly, this is the last straw. The tone of this whole neighbourhood is going down and down and down. Mice everywhere. It'll be lice next, and bed bugs, and heaven knows what else.
There are no lice and bed bugs in this house, Mr. Brown.
No, but you've got mice, and that's a start.
Oh.
Oh, well, if you'll excuse me, I think I'll go and... I'll go and have a nice hot bath.
Oh! Eric! Mice and bed bugs, indeed. I mean, everybody has mice from time to time.
Of course they do.
Even Buckingham Palace.
I wouldn't go as far to say that.
Why not?
Well, how are they going to get in? We've got a 10-foot wall all the way round. With the spiker things all the top, they can be very... And also, the Coldstream Guards. I'll have him tonight. No mouse is going to make me a laughing stock. I'll have him. If he's driven out, he'll come out.
Driven out?
Yes, and I'm going to drive him out.
You'll never get in that little hole. Oh, really, Tom, you are a greedy guts. Now, look, don't come out. You've got enough food there. You've got enough to last you a week. Don't come out.
Oh. Yeah, round 7.
What's that?
There you are.
It's a boot.
You don't miss much. Now get down there, Hat.
What, over here?
By that little hole.
Oh. Well, what are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to smoke him out, aren't I?
I don't know who's going to last longest, Tom or me. That's revolting.
Now, patience, Hat, patience.
Oh. Eric, if anyone were to look in the window now, they'd think we were a right couple of Charlies. And what do I do with this boot?
Well, when he comes running out that little hole with his eyes streaming, funnel!
I'm not going to funnel Tom.
Now, there you go again. Tom, may I remind you, it's a mouse, not a little man in a fur coat.
I don't care.
Harriet, now listen to this. In the Middle Ages, there was a plague rampant in London town. The bucolic plague.
Well, you can't blame that on Tom.
Oh, I'm not blaming that on Tom. Do you know how it was caused? It was caused by the rats coming off the ship.
Well, there you are, you see. Tom is not a rat.
How do you know?
Because he's only that big.
How do you know he's not a rat who's had rickets?
Oh,
How do you know he's not a little rat that hasn't been too well?
well, if he hasn't been too well, you should leave him alone.
Oh, go and boil a poppadom.
Oh!
I'll have him tonight, and that's that.
What's the matter?
He's coughing. Wait a minute. Hat, how old's that couple next door?
Oh, I don't know. In about their 60s, I think.
He's not with his wife, then.
Anyway, let me have a listen.
If I didn't have that mouse to worry about, that'd make a good evening's entertainment with that.
Oh, no, that's not them. I think it must be the telly or the radio.
I know what the program is. It's not Magic Roundabout.
Harry, there's a fire engine next door.
He's in there somewhere.
Don't you want to come and see the fire engine?
What a ruckus he's kicking up.
Eric, something tells me...
Look, get down there and watch that little hole, Hat.
Eric, something tells me it...
Hat! Look at that! Water!
What is it?
Your guess is as good as mine. He's having a bath.
There's someone at the door. Oh, isn't it an exciting evening? Yes?
Sorry to disturb you, madam, but we've had a report from next door. The smoke coming through their skirting board. So if you don't mind...
Oh, are they all right?
I'll have a look round here. Good evening.
Pardon?
Oh, good evening, Doctor.
Good evening.
Having a nice quiet smoke, then?
Why, it's murder, this. I only bought it today. I haven't got used to it yet.
Oh, I can see that, sir. If you don't mind my saying so, you're going all the wrong way about it.
Am I?
Yeah. Look, I'm a pipe smoker myself. I'd like to help you. By the way, what do you smoke?
I don't know. I just went in a shop and asked for anything.
You should ask for tobacco.
I'll bet you're a riot between fires.
Now, sir, there's a very nice strong pipe full there.
There is, isn't it? Oh, what What is it, old hosepipe?
But it's too strong for you. But the first thing I'd like you to remember, sir, is that to really enjoy a pipe, it's not necessary to lie flat on the floor with it.
I know that.
I get it. You're not used to it, and the fumes overcame you and you fell down.
No, I didn't fall down. I got down deliberately.
Well, sir, look, I assure you that you'll enjoy it much more if you do it in comfort. Now, you come over here and sit down here.
Mr. Fireman,
Huh?
I was lying down there in order to blow the smoke up that hole.
Oh, I get it. It's the little lady. She objects to the smoke. Well, we can always do this.
You can do that all right. If it rains, you can do that. There's a lot you can do with the pipe.
You know, tobacco was introduced into England by Sir Walter Raleigh. He brought over a whole shipload.
There weren't any customs in those days, though.
When I come back from Mallorca, they charged me £5 on a bottle of perfume.
Was that for the wife?
I'm not married.
I hope you'll both be very happy together.
I'm sorry, sir. I was just trying to show this gentleman... when I come in, sir, this gentleman was lying down trying to blow smoke up that little hole over there.
Oh, yeah? You better go and get the rest of the lads together.
Yes, sir.
I thought it was tobacco smoke.
So did
What's
I.
going on now? Look, they've had my skirting board up and half the walls down.
Yeah, well, it's all right, Mr. Blenkinsop. You see, Eric was trying to get little Mouse out of that hole.
A mouse? Why must you be different? Why can't you keep a dog or a cat?
We're not trying to keep it, old boy. We're trying to get rid of it.
You should use a trap or poison.
That's right, isn't it? See the little lady there? See the vacant look in her eyes? She makes up my sandwiches. One morning, not thinking, fish-based sandwich for him, rat poison for me.
Oh, yeah. There's always that possibility.
Look, don't light that up again. My house is looking like an opium den.
Always
Good
did.
night.
Good night, Mr. Blenkinsop. Good night, Chief.
Good night. This is the third false alarm we've been called out for. A little boy with his head caught in the railings. Some old dear got locked in the house, your father. And him blowing smoke up a mouse's hole. Firefighter, you know.
Well, I hope you're satisfied, Eric. I expect Tom's having a good old laugh in there. I expect he enjoys a pipe of tobacco after dinner.
Well, I'll have him. I'll have him. No mouse is going to make me a laughing stock. Now, where's that extra big, strong trap that we had?
He won't come out again tonight. He's had that cheese, remember?
Ah, yes, but he won't be able to resist this. It's Gorgonzola. There you are. Phase 2. There we go.
What's that for?
That, Harriet, is a fan. And it's wafting the smell of Gorgonzola right up that hole there.
Oh, Eric, you can't do that. That poor man next door has already had the fire brigade out. 2 minutes of that, he'll be ringing up the plumber to have his drains out.
Right. Get your will out, Tom. Point taken. Phase 3. Right. The talcum powder.
I suppose you think he might slip on that and break his neck.
That, Harriet, is the oldest trick in the business. He'll come out of there, he'll leave footprints, won't he? Toot, 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 toot. We'll know where he's been and what he's been up to.
Well, I'm not coming down first in the morning.
You don't have to, Harriet. By the time you get down, that'll all be over. The file on Operation Mouse will be closed. You're next. What would I do in his position? Would I jeopardize my life for a piece of Gorgonzola? Yeah, but for me, it'd be liver and onions. And chips.
now. Only him. He's crackers. Like her there. She passed the food to us when he wasn't looking. Oh, he's nice, yes. She calls us Tom. What's that? What's what? Oh, that white stuff there. That's the oldest trick in the business. You walk on that. They know where you've been and what you've been up to.
Come to bed.
That's what he was going to clobber us with. Right on his feet. Boom, boom, boom. That was me. I wonder what's in it. Did you smell something?
Get away from it. Get away from it. It's a trap. It's a trap! You fool! You hungry little fool!
What's all the noise?
I've killed it! I've killed it!
You killed it?
I can't move!
It's all right. It's not there.
Got away with it!
Oh, yes. He hasn't even been out. The cheese hasn't gone.
Oh, yes, he's been out all right.
He can't have gone. Where's his little 22222?
He had a plank.
A plank?
Yeah, a plank to him and a ruler to us. Do you remember 3 weeks ago I lost a ruler? He had that in his little domicile.
You also lost a hammer and some nails in a do-it-yourself magazine. I expect he's got those in there as well. I dare say he's knocking himself up some pretty cupboards.
Highly visible. I don't know what's happened, Hat. All I do know is that Tom has a right to live the same as we have.
Tom? He's only a mouse, you know.
Only a mouse, yet, and what chance did he have against me with my superior intelligence?
Well, he wasn't doing too badly. You got to 8 rounds and he'd won every one so far.
You'll never understand, will you? Tom? Tom? Tommy, this is Eric. I just want to know that everything's all right now.
Eric, do you realise you're sitting on a chair looking at a hole and talking to a mouse?
Yes, we cowering, timorous beastie. Tommy?
For heaven's sake, what's going on in there?
Is that you, Tom?
No, it's Mr. Blankenshop.
How'd you get in there?
Half my wall's down and I'm trying to get to sleep. And all I can hear is Tom, Tom, this is Eric.
Oh, well, yes, you see, that's Eric talking to the mouse, because he calls him Tom.
Tell him to stop talking and write a letter.
Good night, Mr. Blenkinsop.
Good night.
Mr. Blenkinsop.
Yeah?
Good night.
Get out of it.
Why do you have to tell him all that rubbish for?
Sykes, I knew it, just as I predicted. I've got mice.
Mice?
Well, a mouse.
About that big?
Yes.
Did he have sort of one shoulder up a bit like that?
I don't know.
In your house?
Yes, he just ran up the skirting board.
Did he sort of run like this on all
That's our
sides?
Tom.
That's our Tom. In your house? He's no right to be in your house, you know.
No.
Well, he's our mouse. We've been looking after him. Well, he's like part of the family now. Well, him and Peter. That is company for Hat. You see, she never had any children of her own.
Oh, really, this is ridiculous. A mouse is a mouse, and as such should be exterminated.
That's right, don't think. Destroy, destroy.
Well, if you'd done it in the first place, we wouldn't be disturbing the peace at this time of night. As usual, I have to do all your dirty work for you.
You haven't. How?
Well, I just put down a trap and bang!
Poor Tom.
Poor little Tom.
Yes, it was small.
Well, all mice are small. Well, they are. Well, I mean, he can't have felt anything. Oh, look, this is ridiculous. I suggest you block up that hole.
Yes, I've locked that hole up and... Hat! Look at that! That's our Tom, our mouse. He's got brains.
Well, so had mine.
Oh, yes, and where are they? Slop all over the skirting board.
Well, anyway, I tell you this. Mind your door, but I might have any good